Hi everybody, Jordan Steele 88 with another video. I'm going to talk about Omar Khan, the Steelers general manager, in this video. So let's get into it. Steelers Nation, Omar Khan in this year's draft needs to make it count. He has to make this whole thing count in this draft this year. I mean, in the first two drafts, him and Andy Waddle had done a phenomenal job. Because the first two drafts in the first round, they addressed offensive line, which I'm okay with because in the game of football, the game is won in the trenches. Because we addressed guys like Roger Jones in 2023 draft, and then Troy Fontaine in last year's draft, although Troy Fontaine got hurt in the game against the Broncos in week 3 and was out the rest of the season and didn't play after that. So, yeah. Because like I said, man, the first two drafts of Omar Khan in his two drafts are been offensive linemen. 2 in the first round. I mean, last year they drafted they drafted three offensive linemen in last year's draft. Like Troy Fontaine, Zach Frazier, and Mason McCormick. Because Zach Frazier, man, he was the center that that desperately need since Pouncey retired. So the offensive line, because the offensive line, they're good at that position. Now this year's draft, I'm kind of torn about what they need to do. Do they go out the defensive line or a wide receiver in the first round? I think in my mind they go defensive line in the first round. I mean, I will not be mad about that though, but I might talk about it in my next video of what the Steelers need to do in the draft though, and on my future videos on YouTube. But anyway, I think they could go defensive line because in the Senior Bowl, what I saw is that the Steelers have been paying attention to the defensive line. I mean, the defensive line, it needs to be fixed just a little bit because Cameron Hayward is getting up there in age. Larry Ogunjobi is not going to be back. Don't seem like he's going to be back. I mean, people are sleeping on Logan Lee though because he could make an impact in 2025 and be a starter if he could get a little bit bigger. I mean, people are sleeping on Logan Lee because he could be. He kind of reminds me of Aaron Smith or Brett Keisel. So don't be surprised if Logan Lee busts it in the preseason and he takes a starting job. So yeah, man. Now, wide receiver, that's very important, in my opinion. Especially in the first round, because the Steelers, they have not addressed a wide receiver in the first round since 2006. It's been 19 years since they've done that. I feel like they could either go with a guy like Matthew Golden or Ime Ibuka. In my mind, Ime Ibuka makes perfect sense for the Steelers because he fits in their system and what he does. So, because Ime Ibuka, man, I think he makes perfect sense for the Steelers, though. So, but anyway, that'll be another video for another time. So, but I'm gonna talk about Omar Khan. Let me get back to Omar Khan. He needs to hit it in this draft. He has, like I said, he has to make it count. Because I think, in my opinion, the Steelers are 4 years away from having a talented roster if he keeps it up, counting the first two. So, or 4 years or more. So that counts the first two, like I said before. So, because Omar Khan and Andy Waddle, I got to hit it in this year's draft. Yes, the first two drafts, like I said, it's been linemen on the offensive side. Don't be shocked if Andy Waddle and Omar Khan go defensive line in the first round. Don't be shocked. Because they look at that guy from Ole Miss. Because he kind of might be an Aaron Donald, though. His name is Walter something. I forgot his name from Ole Miss. But anyway, yeah. Because look at the Eagles, though. You know why they recently had the Super Bowl? They got a monstrous defensive line. Guys like Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. Andy Waddle did that in Philly. He's doing the same thing in Pittsburgh. Because the game of football is won in the trenches. The trenches are important on both sides of the ball. So, because Andy Walter, he's all about fixing the line. You gotta have an offensive line to dictate on offense. You gotta have a defensive line depending on what scheme you're running. If you're running 4-3, you are stopping the run more than likely to stop the run. I mean, you're more likely to stop the run if you beat the defensive line on a 4-3. Now on the 3-4, if you're beefing up the line beefing the line when you run the 3-4, you're freeing up whoever is blitzing. That's what the Steelers have been doing for years on defense is blitz, because they blitz a hell of a lot. So because Omar Khan, like I said, man, I know I'm saying this over and over, but this year's draft is important for Omar Khan and Andy Waddle. Because Omar Khan, he's been doing a pretty good job at free agency and the draft in his 2 full seasons as GM. Because they ain't doing that shit like Karen Corbett was doing, drafting skill players, not going after the trenches. It's the other way around with Omar Khan and Andy Waddle. I got a feeling they're gonna go off the trenches either first or second round. We'll see. So this draft's important for Omar Khan, man. He needs to make this count, though. You make the first 2 drafts count, you gotta make this one count. And then we're slowly getting there to have a talented roster for years to come. Like I said, Omar Khan and Andy Waddle are just like at least 4 or 5 or more good drafts for the Steelers to have a talented roster. So they gotta hit it right there, man. They gotta make it count. So yeah, because they're like I said in my previous videos, they're the only 2 guys that are taking the Steelers seriously. So yeah, man, because Omar Khan, man, this draft right here, he has to make it count. So like I said before. So yeah, man, let me know your think down in the comment section down below what I talk about what Omar Khan needs to do in this draft and why he needs to make it count. Because this year's draft is important. So, because stuff I said in this video, I'm probably gonna say it in my next couple videos when it comes to free agency or the draft. So, other than that, that's all for this video. This is Jordan Steele 88. See you guys in my next video, and as always, here we go, Steelers. Here we go.